Hey guys, how's it going? Haven't made a video in a while, but hey, you know what? Some content is better than no content. And what have I been doing since the last time I made a video? Well, I've been playing a lot of video games, and more recently I've been playing this game a lot. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Link Evolution, Duelist, something, whatever. It just came out for the Nintendo Switch, and I've been playing it a lot. And going through the single player, I wanted to 100% the campaign. And as you can see the numbers on the right, I'm 91% complete with the entire campaign. But in order to 100% each of the 6 campaigns, you have to beat each duel twice. And each of the mini campaigns has about 20 to 30 duels. So it takes quite a while. And I didn't feel like grinding all through that much with, paltry basic ass decks that you'd get from cards that you collect. So instead, I decided that I was going to build a turn 1 Exodia deck, and we're going to go over that right now. So if you know Yu-Gi-Oh! At all, you know that Exodia is the card where you gain all 5 pieces of Exodia in your hand. As soon as they're in your hand, you reveal them and you win the game. So going over the deck, we have one of each of the Exodia pieces, nothing too special. And then we have the real win con of the deck, which is Memories the Destructor. Whatever we try to do, every single game, no matter what, we try to get him in the graveyard. This is a deck that is designed to win on turn 1 almost every single time. I'd say that this deck has about a 95% win rate against bots, no matter if we're going first or second. So how do we get Makura into the graveyard? Well, we use cards like Foolish Burial, which get him from the deck to the graveyard, or if we happen to have our one copy of Makura in our hand, how we get him into the graveyard if we have no other way of getting him in, because he's obviously dead in our hand, is a card like Dark World Dealings, which discards. We have Graceful Charity, which also discards, and then we have a One of Hand Destruction, which also discards. One of the other key cards to this deck are our 2 Magical Mallets and our 1 Reload, which effectively helps us get rid of a bunch of dead cards in our hand to draw more gas. And the whole point of this deck is to draw as much gas as possible, find as many cantrips as we possibly can, try to not get our hand gummed up with Exodia pieces or trap cards without having Makura in our graveyard. So for our cantrips, we have 1 Day of Peace. We have a single contract with Dawn 1000, easily the worst card in our deck, but it's a +1, or not a +1, it still draws us a card regardless. Dark World Dealings, which draws. Hand Destruction draws. Graceful Charity draws. Pot of Duality, I have it as a 2F because you can only play 1 per turn. I did have it at 3 and it got way too gummy, way too quick. I'd rather just have more Foolish Burials in their place or more hand reshuffles, so I just cut it down to 2. We have 2 Pot of Greeds. We have, or 3 Pot of Greeds, I should say. We have 3 Upstart Goblin, which is very important for the next card, which is Hope for Escape. Because Hope for Escape, the only way we can activate it is if there's a disparagement between life points between me and our opponent. And Upstart Goblin enables that entirely. So ideally, we want to cast all 3 Upstart Goblins before we start casting Hope for Escapes. Otherwise, it usually draws us a card, but at max value, 2 copies will draw 2 cards, and then the 3rd copy will draw 3 cards. And then our second to last trap is Jar of Greed, and then our final card in the deck is Reckless Greed, which is effectively another Pot of Greed, the second best card in the deck, or 3rd best card. But the whole deck revolves around getting this card in the graveyard specifically just so we can play stuff like Jar of Greed, Hope for Escape, and Reckless Greed all in the same turn as all of these other spells. And so, yeah, that's pretty much the entire deck. Now, I'm going to be playing a bunch of gameplay for you, but I'm not going to narrate through every single game because, well, the deck plays the exact same way. You get Makura into your graveyard either with a Foolish Burial or some sort of discard effect, and then you just go to town. So it's pretty fucking simple. I'll let you guys enjoy the gameplay, and you'll see some really close games where I almost didn't win on turn 1, but I managed to pull through. I guess the heart of the cards really did guide me. Anyways, I hope you all enjoy the gameplay. My name's Tasty Snackies. You all have been wonderful, and I'll catch you on the flip side.